He passed away at the age of 44. No one attended his funeral, but this place was crowded with countless ghosts. His name was Mr. May. Over the past 20 years, he had attended thousands of funerals. All of the deceased were people who had lived lonely lives without relatives or friends. Whenever one of these people passed away, he would come to the deceased's home and search through their belongings carefully. He would try to read the stories of the deceased from their belongings. Finally, he would write eulogies for these lonely people. However, his rigorous work attitude led to an increase in the company's workload. His methods drew the company's displeasure, and he was fired. In the final days before leaving the company, he had to take responsibility for the last deceased person named Billy. When he found Billy's daughter, but she refused to attend her father's funeral. The reason is that her father left without saying goodbye and abandoned her. Mr. May gave Billy's photo album to Kelly. As he was preparing to leave, Kelly also gave Mr. May the only photo she had of her father. It was a young Billy with his comrades. The next day, Mr. May met the comrade in the photo at a nursing home. He said that on his first day in the army, Billy had beaten him up, but later, he became his savior. Billy was the best soldier in the paratroopers at the time, but after his discharge, he seemed like a different person. He drank heavily every day and cut off all social contact. In the end, he became a homeless person on the streets. All his comrades believed that the war had caused him to suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder, but no one really looked into it. Mr. May then found the places where Billy used to go when he was homeless. He used a bottle of alcohol to pry information about Billy from the homeless people there. They said Billy was a peculiar character. Although he had fallen to the point of homelessness, he always maintained his gentlemanly manners and refinement. He never begged from others, and he never harassed passing duties like others did. The only thing he enjoyed was drinking, and he would drink himself into a stupor. On this day, Mr. May, who never drank, took a sip of alcohol. He wanted to experience the freedom that Billy enjoyed before his death. At that moment, Billy seemed to become a friend in Mr. May's heart. He was a close friend from a world completely opposite to his own. By this point, there was no one left who knew Billy. This also meant that Mr. May's work was now complete. On his way back, Mr. May paid out of his own pocket to have a coffin custom-made for Billy. The next day, Mr. May prepared to leave the office where he had worked for 22 years. Before leaving, Mr. May suddenly received a call from Billy's daughter, Kelly. She had changed her mind and agreed to attend her father's funeral. Mr. May smiled upon hearing this. It was the best news he had heard in a long time. The next day, Kelly arrived at Mr. May's community. On this day, Mr. May was unusually different. He wore a brightly colored sweater for the first time in his life and explained the funeral arrangements to Kelly with great seriousness. This was the first time in over 2 decades that he had explained the arrangements to the family of the deceased. So he explained everything in unprecedented detail. Kelly also developed a favorable impression of Mr. May, who was so dedicated to his work. And Mr. May also felt a different kind of emotion toward a woman for the first time. When they parted, they made plans to meet again. This time, they weren't meeting for work. They were meeting for themselves. On the way back, Mr. May passed by a store and even picked out a gift for his next date with Kelly. It was a pair of mugs with a dog pattern. At that moment, Mr. May's walking style had changed. He was no longer so orderly, but strode forward like someone chasing happiness. But this time, he couldn't catch the last train to happiness. On the day of Mr. May's funeral, only the priest attended. He was like those departed clients, with only loneliness and silence by his side. On the way to the cemetery, Billy's funeral was also being held in a lively manner. At Kelly's urging, his relatives and friends all came to see Billy off on his final journey. When Mr. May's car slowly drove by, Kelly seemed to feel an inexplicable sadness. She instinctively turned her head to look back, but she never saw the man she wanted to see. Perhaps deep down, she also blamed Mr. May for not showing up as promised. As Billy's funeral came to an end, Mr. May was also buried deep underground, unknown to anyone. Only 2 staff members were present at his grave. They conducted a hasty funeral for Mr. May as a matter of routine, or perhaps it wasn't really a funeral. This is merely burying him in the land he chose before his death. Then they placed a wooden stake with a barely visible name on it as his tombstone. After the 2 workers left, perhaps no one will ever visit Mr. May's grave again. If there are, only those souls buried by him will come. Soon, one by one, translucent souls gathered around Mr. May's grave. They did not know Mr. May, for they had already died when they first met him. But at this moment, they were all Mr. May's friends.